Hey everybody, welcome to the show. How's it going? This is the Advice Stream. I'm your host, Jeremy International. I have had and continue to have a plethora of technical difficulties. I had originally excuse me, I'm a little sick. I was originally gonna stream some TurboGrafx 16 classics this evening, but I had some trouble getting my TurboGrafx 16 to work very last minute. So I ran and grabbed my Switch. There's a whole backlog. I mainly collect old games, but I buy a lot of Switch games too because there's so many good games on the Switch. So many interesting games on the Switch. So I, at the last minute, set up my Switch, and that's not working right now either. So I'm wondering if the problem wasn't with my TurboGrafx 16, but it's with like my capture card or something. I don't know. So give me a minute, and we're going to try this again, and see if we can get anywhere. But it doesn't look like anyone's here anyways. But if you're new to the show, if you're watching this in a rerun or something, well, that's working. Then this is the Advice Stream. I am your host, Jeremy International. And on the Advice Stream, we usually play old video games only. We've been going through a long run on the Sega Genesis the last multiple weeks. We have guests. And then if you want to, you can write in with questions you need, if you have advice or whatever. And, me and the guests and the community at home, if they want to engage, we'll do our best to help you out. I think I'm pretty good at giving advice. I'm not a young kid anymore. I've lived a life. I've seen some things, and so yeah, that's kind of normally the plan. But of course, you need people watching the show to do that, and there's nobody really watching right now, which is fine. So I'm just gonna play games because why not? If I can get my stuff to work is the problem, That's the problem. Does anybody know how to pair a Switch Pro controller to a Switch, for crying out loud? They always make this really hard to do, I find. There we go, did it. Okay, so let's connect. Excuse me. So if I can get this to work, I was thinking tonight we could at least start. I have a kind of a backlog of Switch games that I've been wanting to play and just haven't been able to make time to do it. So I was thinking if the technology works out, I'd like to start. I'm really feeling Warhammer these days, guys. I don't know about you. I've been playing Space Marine 2 on the PS5. Can't really get the PS5 up here to the... I have a whiskey, by the way. Hello. Happy Monday. Can't really get the PS5 up here to the studio easily right now. And also, my partner, Fred Undead, is playing Final Fantasy VII Remix or whatever it's called. And that's a beautiful looking game. So I'm not going to be streaming Space Marine at least tonight. Also, everybody's streaming Space Marine 2 right now. Look it up on Twitch. There's like 100 people streaming Space Marine 2. And we're, at the Advice Stream, we're all about doing things a little different. So I got my Switch. I got Bolt Gun, which is a Warhammer game where you are a Space Marine, although it is not Space Marine, just to be clear. I think I need to do a download. And this will probably just take a minute. I usually got pretty fast internet here. And we'll see how it goes. This is one of the many games in my Switch backlog that I haven't been able to get around because life's busy. I'm busy, you're busy, we're all busy. Even if you're not like busy like doing stuff, like you're busy just surviving sometimes takes all your energy, right? It does for me at least. So yeah, this is gonna take 15 minutes, 16 minutes. Hold on, you should see this. I can do this. Boom, there we go. So we can kind of count this down together. But once again, not a lot of people watching the stream right now, which is fine. I never market this, so why would anyone ever watch? To be honest, I don't tell anybody about it. At least not as many people as I should. But maybe you're watching this in reruns. Every episode, by the way, of the advice stream, all give or take, is always going to be available forever at JeremyInternational.com. You can also go to JeremyInternational.com to submit a question if you don't want to do so in the chat, if you like to keep it anonymous. In the early days of the stream, I accidentally read someone's name out loud when they wrote in an anonymous question. So I've done that once. You do it once, you don't ever do that again. You know, that's how those things work. So I did it once. I'm not going to ever do that again. So if you want to stay anonymous, you can use the contact form over at JeremyInternational.com. You can check out what is now starting to be a vast backlog of episodes of the advice stream, most of which we have guests, some of which we play old video games, not always. Sometimes we just do advice. But there's some hits in there. You know, I feel like I'm working on some catchphrases. One of my favorite catchphrases is, if you've seen the show, you've heard me say before, if you're over 30 and you don't have herpes, you're playing it wrong. You're playing it too safe. I'm not telling you to go out of your way to get herpes, but if you're just living your life the way that I think a grown person with at least a little healthy sense of adventure and well-established risk-taking skills is doing their life, probably going to get herpes sometime around 30. At the latest, if not sooner, sometimes even sooner. But if you're new to the show, feel free to say hi. We did not plan very well this evening. I don't have any guests tonight. It's just me. I don't have any prepared questions. Sometimes I steal questions from the internet in case no one in the audience has one. I didn't do any of that tonight. I'll be real for a minute. I've been sick the last couple of who knows how long decades. So I have a small kid, and she was sick, and she brought something home, and I'm immune compromised. So my 2 white blood cells weren't able to fight off her illness. So I got it. I don't know if I got it as bad as she did, but I definitely had it for longer than she did. I think I'm just on the other side of that. We didn't stream last week, if you were wondering, because I was sick. You know, at the end of the first Avengers movie, where Dr. Banner, we call him Dr. Banner on the show, goes, my secret is that I'm always angry. My secret is I'm always sick. So that means that I have, like a higher tolerance sometimes, that I can like push through life a little bit more confidently when I'm sick, because I'm sick more often than I'm not in one way, or I'm having some kind of health complaint one way or the other most of the time. And, that sucks, but that's life, and it's better than being dead, as I always say. So we had one person, and they left because that was a cheerful little moment there for that person. They dipped in, and they're like, "Oh, I have to watch this guy download Bolt Gun for 7 minutes and hear him talking about dying." That's the stream, guys. I'll take this down. I don't like the positioning. We're just goofing off here. I don't like the positioning of this. Can I change this live? Am I able to change this live just a little bit? Like, just move it up a little bit. Just a little bit. And did it? Did it do it? Did I ruin everything? That looks a little bit better. Now if I do this. I'm not really cutting it off. There, you lost me there for a second, but I'm back. So I'm excited to play Bolt Gun. Space Marine 2 is a great game. Just for full disclosure, it's beautiful. It plays well. It's challenging in a lot of fun ways. I really enjoyed the original one. It came out for the Xbox 360. We streamed that for a couple days many months ago and had a good old time doing that. This is many, many times that, but boy, that PS5 sure has some pretty graphical capabilities. And I've been having a hoot and a half playing that. I'll probably keep playing that, like I was saying, on my own, because there's like a million people streaming Space Marine 2. So why would I add to the cacophony of Space Marine 2 streamers? We can play something that maybe not as many people are streaming, like what I was hoping was going to be some TurboGrafx 16 classics. But my my TB16 wasn't working. My analog duo that runs TurboGrafx 16 games wasn't kicking it today for some reason. I suspect it was an issue with my graphics card. Boy, I hope it's not a problem with the duo, because that thing was expensive. And I don't know the likelihood of me being able to get analog to fix it for me. If I do have a problem and get it fixed, I will certainly be keeping everyone abreast of that journey, because analog charges a lot of money for their stuff. Well, it doesn't mean stuff doesn't break. Everything that people makes breaks from time to time. The test of a company, whether it's worth the price or not, is what do they do when their stuff breaks, and how easy do they make for you to get it either repaired or replaced. Let me tell you, I've been working in IT for a long time. People are always shocked when something breaks. Everything breaks. No human being has ever made a thing that isn't capable of breaking. Eventually, sooner or later, under some kind of circumstances, whether they're predictable or not, you got to live your life with the expectation that things break, and then make sure that you have a plan in place for what you do when it does. That is my thoughts on that. But if you are watching this as a rerun, then I hope that you're well, that the world is well. The world's kind of a scary place right now. And that we're all, by the time you're watching this, we're all kind of celebrating and being happy in a new and more peaceful and prosperous and sustainable world. Because I think that's what we all want. In the end, I think everybody really wants that, even sometimes people like to pretend like they don't. Who doesn't want a peaceful world are the Space Marines, because they fight for a living. And we will play this game in 3 more minutes. If you haven't heard of it, Bolt Gun's a first-person shooter, but it's like in the style of Doom. It's like a retro-style shooter. I've heard it's lots of fun. When I play first-person shooter games, especially when you're like the character you're playing is some kind of like super soldier or something, I always like to play it on easy, because I like to feel like I'm super overpowered and I'm just like going through all the enemies like a lawnmower. To me, that's the fun part of those games. When I am playing Space Marine 2, I am playing it on easy. I don't care if you judge me for that. I've made my choice and I'm having fun doing it. I play all the Wolfenstein games. I play all the Doom games, modern ones, on easy, because I think that's the vibe those games are supposed to have. Is it's supposed to be, well, even those games on easy aren't easy. It's just the enemies are less powerful. They're easy to take down. So you feel like really powerful when you're going through, and they just take, 1 or 2 hits or whatever. That's how I like to do. And if Bolt Gun gives us the option, that's how I'm going to play that too. What else? Let's see. As the time I'm streaming this live, because at this point, if anyone's watching it, it's going to be a rerun. We are a week or so away. We're just we're almost done with the 2nd season of Rings of Power. I'm a really, really big Tolkien fan. If you've seen the show, we've said that. Can I start playing this now? It says start software. Do I have to wait? As a Tolkien fan, I have complicated feelings about that show. It is absolutely good TV. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. It is good television. Is it good Tolkien? Almost always, yes. Occasionally, it, I think, misses the vibes, Tolkien's vibes that he's always going for. But most of the time, I think that show hits that really well. A book's a book and a movie's a movie. And we should let them be different things. Just until Darkest Skull is barely visible. Subtitles, sure. Inverted off. Master volume. I can control that with my mixer. I love the soundtrack to this already. So, I understand why you make changes to a story if it's a book, especially if it's a long, complicated book. Especially Rings of Power is based on material from the Silmarillion that isn't really even a book. It's a guide that Tolkien wrote for himself he never intended to publish. I should have muted for that, sorry. We'll take it out in post. What was I saying? So, it's really difficult to adapt something like that to a TV show because it wasn't ever meant to be very marketable or accessible to an audience anyways. So I understand that they're going to make changes. They're going to make a lot of changes. I don't love all of the changes, and some of the things that they changed were things that I really wanted to see in a TV show that I think would have been really cool visually to do, that they're not doing because they fundamentally changed the events of the story in ways that those things, I can't imagine at least, are going to happen at this point, which is too bad. But having said all of that, it is unequivocally good TV, and I've been enjoying playing that gameplay. Crosshair scale, crosshair opacity, controls. I like all the retroness. We'll leave it like that. Is there a make it easier mode? I don't think there is. Okay. Oh, here's the difficulty. We're gonna do low. Because life's short, and why not? But yeah, so I'm not gonna dig deep at all into Warhammer lore, but I'm becoming a bigger and bigger fan of Warhammer. The lore is really weird and big and over the top and kind of a really good combination of dumb and then legitimately dark and scary, but mostly dumb in a really fun way. And I'm having a little bit of problems with the audio here. There we go. I love the look of this, don't you? This looks like it could be a TurboGrafx 16 game, so.
The Forge world remains largely secure, but we have picked up concerning energy readings in the surrounding system. I have my suspicions, although we have not had sufficient time to pinpoint the origin of these foul energies. While most of the planet remains unaffected, it is my belief that rogue elements within the Adeptus Mechanicus may have been experimenting with a surviving fragment of Inquisitor Drogon's power source. Your mission is to assist me in locating a fragment of the power source.
I hope that audio's coming through okay.
While I consider this threat extremely serious, your superiors have seen fit to second only a handful of you to my supervision. In the absence of a larger force, we should pray to the Emperor that this does not develop into a more dire situation.
Ooh.
This servo skull will guide you.
Hey.
In Commodus here is one of the few sanctified and preserved from the purging of Drogon's heretical archives. Together, you will search sites where communication has become sporadic. Should you encounter any opposition,
there's a lot of talking.
They have been tainted by the ruinous powers.
Hey, Fred Undead's here. Hey, Fred Undead. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the show. Greatly appreciate it. You don't need to stick around if you don't want to, though. I'm just having a good time talking to myself and playing Bolt Gun. If you're just coming in, Fred Undead, this is not Space Marine 2. This is a different game where you are also a Space Marine. You know, Fred and Dad, I don't call you baby, so I appreciate if you didn't call me baby either. Thank you. I don't care for that. I don't enjoy it. But I appreciate you here. I appreciate your presence. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this game's called Bolt Gun, but I'm gonna call it Space Marine also, like TOO, Space Marine as well, because it is another Space Marine game. Oh, okay. Oh man, this so has Doom vibes. Do I have, can I?
The guilty shall be punished.
Yeah. Oh, rip, buddy. Oh boy, this is fast, and it feels really good to move around. It's very smooth. I don't have any weapons as far as I can tell. I don't know what these red things are, but I'm getting them. Oh, this guy. Well, what do I do? Do I...
Your only mercy is a swift death.
Do I have a...
It is I, Malum Kaiser.
Okay, so that's my chain sword. I don't think I have a gun yet. I don't really understand how to use it, though. Where do I... What do I... What's this? It's almost, vertical transit required. So is that, does that mean jumping? Hi-oh! Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is different than Space Marine, but it's not Space Marine, you know? I don't understand what I'm doing with that. I can tell it's, if you're unfamiliar with Warhammer, the Space Marine guys have these swords that are like chainsaws, but they're swords, but they're chainsaws. And it's what I clearly am working with here. Can I jump over that? I don't like the prospect of... I did it. But like, so that's like the bottom. I'm holding the chainsword downward. I get that. This is like the handle of it. And when I do this, I'm like revving it up. And when I let go, it does something, but it doesn't feel like a real thing. Oop. There you go. Oh my god. So does it only do stuff if you're like actually close? Okay, you shooting at me, buddy? I think that's not a good idea. I would not advise that you shoot at me. I would like a gun though. That's very, very bloody. Missing key. It's got that Greek letter that looks like an E. Hiya! Hey man, I didn't start this. I'm just looking for the E. Wait, I can run? I'm already not moving as fast as I could be? Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, I guess I'm learning it. I'm glad I'm learning it now. Can I even make that? Am I doing this right? I don't know. Oh my god, I almost made it that time. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try it again. Ah, is it really this hard already? Is the question that I have. Use rapid charge. Okay. Alright, I was doing it wrong all along. I picked up the key. You gotta learn, you know? You just gotta do it to figure out how to do it. That's what I always say. Okay. The E key. Is this an elevator? Oh, I love games where you ride in elevators. I got the bolt gun. Okay. Do you... Is there... Nope, that's a grenade. Do you... I guess you don't, like, raise to aim. That was kind of satisfying. I don't know who that was. I hope it was okay that I shot him. I hope it was okay. Can I see how much ammo I have? So do we just go down here? Whoa. Oh. I'm enjoying this. It's not super easy to aim. You know, we really haven't played any like shooty games on here, but when I don't play first person shooters very often these days because they kind of gross me out sometimes. But when I do play games like this, I do try to focus on I value marksmanship and accuracy like that. And this game isn't that kind of game. This is just a... This game's kind of more of a spray and pray kind of situation. Oh my god. Where did you come from? So yeah, this is less like, I don't know what that was I just got, but it was a big thing. This is less like a aim the gun and more like move in the direction you want to shoot. They don't really make games like that. You know, all of the first-person shooty games now are like aim down the sights and everything. This is old school in that you don't do that. You move and the reticle moves with you. It's less about aiming and more whoa. That's a lot of noises. That was loud. Very loud. I'm gonna go ahead and call it though. It's a slow night tonight. That's totally fine. But I'm probably only gonna go for an hour, which means we just got about 30 minutes left. And then I'm probably gonna call it quits. Every weapon is affected differently by the machine spirit. Good to know. Boy, this is a a long load screen. Oh. I wonder, I'm assuming that's not a connection on my end problem, that's just the Switch. I wonder if the Switch 2 is going to play Switch 1 games. Nintendo's been pretty good about backwards compatibility for the last many years. And if so, if it'll play them better. Because while this is really smooth once it gets going, that loading is gross. Takes a long time, and I don't like it. And then the audio is all clippy and stuff when you come back in. So it'll be interesting to see how that... What's the jump button again? Jump? I don't know what these things I'm collecting. That's obviously health. That's fun. That's nice. It's nice. But like those little crossy deals, I don't know what those are. Those little red guys, what are those? That's health. It said it. That's health. That's faith. What does faith do? I don't know. Let me tell you, you gotta have faith, man. George Michael. Can we... Ooh? We can? What's that noise? Oh. I did not mean to shoot you in the dick, sir. I'm terribly sorry. Also, I noticed, don't have to be very accurate. Where'd they go? Haha! Didn't expect that, did ya? Bojos. Oh. Whoa! Did he try to surrender? Did I just commit a war crime? I didn't mean to. Kind of felt like he had put his arms up. I feel bad about that. Yeah. If you're, you're not joining the show now because no one's watching. But if you're watching this as a rerun, and you can always at JeremyInternational.com, you can see down there. And you somehow missed the first part of the rerun, and now you're in the second part. I just want to remind you, this is the advice stream. I'm your host, Jeremy International. We are playing Bolt Gun on the Nintendo Switch. Bolt Gun is, I'm having fun. I like it. It's a good game so far. It's a little gory, and you know, I'm not against that. Under a lot of different circumstances, but also, I don't know. I don't need it all the time in a game, and I prefer to not do that mostly these days. But sometimes it's fun, especially when it's like super not realistic like this. It's fun. Should I be looking around more? I don't know. Also, the movement of the game is kind of making me a little nauseated now that I've been playing it for a couple minutes. It's too fast. Can we change that, I wonder? Let's see. Controls. Look sensitivity. Move radial dead zone size. No idea what that is. Is this better? The noise you make when he gets hit kind of sounds a lot like the first little vocal part from Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel. Did you guys hear that? You know that song? I'm gonna do it again. It kind of does a little bit. Sledgehammer, or is it Big Time? I always get those two songs confused. Either way, the point I'm trying to make is Peter Gabriel's got some hits. And can I reload? Yeah. And the audio it makes when you take a hit kind of sort of sounds like the first part of that song, whichever song it is. I don't remember now. But you know, if you haven't listened to So by Peter Gabriel recently, you should listen to that album. It is a very good album. Yeah, this is kind of making me feel like I gotta vomit a little bit. Maybe that's the whiskey. Or maybe it's that I've been sick for who knows how long. Either way, I'm having fun. I feel a little pukey, and that's okay. That's okay. Whoa! I wasn't expecting that. That was intense. But also, that guy kind of went down like a jump, so. Ooh, okay. Oh, here's another one. And he doesn't, he kind of gets like stunned as long as you don't stop shooting him. See, it's a little hard to aim, but I noticed that they kind of help you out quite a bit, actually. They help you out quite a bit. Well, I got some grenades. Is there a... I wonder if that little floaty skull guy, if he is leading me somewhere and I'm just not noticing. Should I jump out through here? I thought this is where I was before, but clearly it is not. Who's shooting at me? Uh-oh, the music changed. What does that mean? Something intense is happening and it's making me incredibly nervous. Okay, it stopped. Why did it do that? That was intense. That wasn't smooth. What's the button? Okay, if I run out of ammo and I'm in close quarters, I can get my chainsword out that way. I remember that now. What's the button for the grenades? So notice that I keep getting shotgun ammo, but I ain't yet seen a shotgun. So I guess we go. nothing. Okay, we go this way. Did I make a mistake? Oh God. Okay. How do what's the grenade again? Did I run out of ammunition? Okay, so I was expecting on easy mode to have more access to ammunition refills. But I got nothing. I don't want to go after all those guys. Oh, I just got 50. That's gonna last me 2 seconds. I would think they'd be a little bit more generous with the ammo refills. Okay, well they gotta be some around here. Like there's one. That's better. Here's some. Okay, well when I fell off, any of the dudes I managed to take out are still taken out. A secret was discovered. Boop boop, robot voice. Oh. Chunks. Hold on a sec, okay. I just catch my breath. Okay. Where am I? What am I supposed to do? I feel like did they tell me and I wasn't paying attention? I feel like it's got something to do with these big guns. Like, is there a button or something? Oh, this looks like there's like a control. Is this a control panel? Does that one have one too? That part was pretty cool, except for the part where I ran out of ammo and I fell off the side. Where? Is it up there? Ooh, what's this? Secret discovered. Is it just the secret? Is there nothing else? It's just like you found one of the secrets, and the secret was that it's there. Because that's not very exciting. This is where I started, right? Nope. Ooh. No, thank you. Yeah, man, this music. I think they're surrendering. Oh, you gotta watch out for those red circles. Those are like bombs. Super into the music. Really like it. Medicaments. Ew. What is that? Is that a guy? Why not? There's more guys out there. This guy. And this guy. These guys. This music is really good, right? Like, I'm not just saying that. I want to go and get that thing. Can I get it? Is that gettable? I don't know if I can make that jump. But I bet I can make this one. Oh, hey! Jeez, you guys were like hiding. Ew, what was that noise? Can I make this jump? Did. And then this guy doesn't see me there. Secret. Wait. Can I get it? Did I just do all that for naught? I don't know. Anyways, moving along. Do I have to turn this gun on? Is there a button for this gun? Doesn't seem like it. Oh. I don't like that thing. I think they're only pretending to surrender. Nope. What about here? And then here. And then... Yeah, man, this soundtrack is... I'm enjoying it. That's what I'll tell you. Can I get up there? You're shooting at me. Oh my god, where did you come from? Alright, I'm gonna probably need to wrap this up real soon, guys. But this was fun. I'm gonna kind of play this through my little outro here. If you're watching this as a rerun, thanks for tuning in. You're probably at JeremyInternational.com. Watching at home, but I've been playing Bolt Gun on the Nintendo Switch. I'm your host, Jeremy International. This has been the advice room. We didn't give any advice today, but we did play video games. So, you know, that's potato.